All right, we're going right into our
it.
first major fantasy football segment of the season. The P&I audience asked for it. We're giving it to you. Pause, fam.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Buy or sell. All right, guys? Real simple. Everybody knows the rules.
PPR.
PPR.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys questions, and you're going to tell me whether or not you're buying or selling. All right? Fair and simple.
Straight like that.
Saquon Barkley will be a top 5 running back this season. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Oh, shit. Take the floor, Mikey.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry, Lonzo. Sorry. Oh, he didn't even know his name. It's Lonzo Polidor. Sorry.
My fault.
Take it, Lonzo.
My fault. Homer Palante, my bad. So, no, I don't think Saquon is going to be a top 5 back this year. I don't really trust Daniel Jones that much and that offensive line. I got Dalvin, McCaffrey, Henry, Kamara, Chubb, Zeke. I think all 6 of them will be ahead of him. I mean, I've been on record saying it. I think he's just a tad overrated. I don't know how much. I know that gets a lot of flock, but that's...
As a fantasy player or as a player? There's a big difference. And you
don't know that yet.
You better be ready to back that up.
Well, I could back it. His yards per carry aren't that good. He just has one big run a game. If you take away that big run, his yards per carry aren't that good.
How many running backs in the league can we say that about, though? For real.
But I don't feel like he gets them in chunks. Like, you can get a running back like Zeke that can go get you 10, 12, 15,
I can give you a reason. The Giants' offensive line is trash.
That was the first thing I said.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm just reminding you, though. He's a hell of a player.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, no. I'm not saying that.
That's why I was asking you. Is he overrated as a player, as a fantasy guy?
A fantasy player. I'm saying as a fantasy player. He's an awesome running back.
I can get behind you on that.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Starting early
shit.
with this.
All
right.
I'm face palming for myself.
Yeah, I'm going to sell him. Well, when he entered the league in 2018, he was number 1 overall in terms of PPR. And then in 2019, he finished 10th overall. 2020, he got hurt last year. So the strength of schedule, he's 29th overall. I don't see, him moving the ball like that, especially top 5. Now, I have a lot of other backs that I think are going to have big years over him. So I'm going to sell on Saquon, but I think he'll be top 10.
I'm surprised. I literally thought one of you guys would instantly say top 5.
No, we know what we're talking about.
You caught me off guard, but I'm selling too.
Yeah.
Number 1, coming off the injury, who knows how well that he handles all the carries. Also, is he going to start week 1? If he's missing time, guys, it's going to be tough to be ranked in the top 5. He may miss a couple weeks. I heard that he might start week 3. Nobody knows, though.
He would need to start off really hot.
Yeah.
He would have to get 200 yards a game for the first 2-3 weeks he's back. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but
right. And not to mention, you guys already know I'm down on the Giants. I don't think much of them at all. I'm down on Daniel Jones, and that offensive line is still trash. So
yeah, they're middle of the pack.
Yeah, I agree though. Probably top 10 running back, but health. I mean, look, I'm not going to say he's injury prone. It was definitely one of those injuries that was not, it wasn't soft tissue or anything. It was just a major injury. It was a one-time thing, hopefully, for him. But, if they're going to run him into the ground, they don't have a great backfield behind him. So if they're going to run him into the ground, I would be a little concerned. But volume is king, so that does matter for fantasy players. Let's call him top 10. All right, next guy. Ezekiel Elliott, Mike referenced a second ago, will be a top 5 running back this season. Buy or sell?
Sell. He was top 5 3 times since 2016. His strength of schedule is 27th overall. The Cowboys have a plethora of wide receivers between Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper. Dak runs the ball too as well. I'm not big on Zeke like that, so he's a sell for me. I know you like him, right?
Yeah, I'm buying on that. I think he would be. I would put him at number 5 if I had to. I think he's going to have. I think he's going to have a good year. I think he's hungry. I think he's heard a lot of shit that's been getting talked about all year.
He did cut a lot of weight.
I know.
For all those people who watched Hard Knocks last night.
Yeah,
that was the premiere. I thought it was corny as hell, by the way. And thank God the Cowboys, just a gift that keeps on giving, man. They are a laughing stock. So let me give you
the NFC East, though.
Let me give you this, though. I'm selling too.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear you're buying.
You'll see.
Yeah, we will.
this ain't about Homer, Mike, okay? It's not what it's about, okay? I think that what we saw last year was a preview of what's to come. I think he'll still be a good running back for a couple more years, but the touches are catching up. It's nice that he trimmed some weight because he definitely needed to do that. He looked like he lost some speed. But otherwise, I think one thing that wasn't mentioned yet was I personally still don't think they did enough on the defensive side of the ball. I think this team's going to be in a lot of shootout type of games where they have to throw or come from behind. Paul's fam. I know Mike was thinking it. I saw his eyes. I can actually see him now from this view. Mike gave me the eyes. But yeah, I think that they're going to be playing from behind more often than not. Just like last year. It'll open exactly like last year where they're throwing the ball a ton, and they probably should with those wideouts. So that's a sell for me too. All right? But top 10, right? You guys would say top 10.
I would say top 10 for sure. But top 5, nah. I have a lot of like running backs ahead of him.
I got top 10 too. And Mike obviously does. All right. So there's your running backs. We'll have more of those on the way in future weeks. So we're going to move on to wide receiver. Julio Jones. Seems like nobody really knows what to expect here. A lot of differing opinions. But Julio Jones will be a top 10 wide receiver this season. Buy or sell?
I am a big believer in Julio Jones, so I'm buying. Since 2017, he was top 10 3 out of the 4 years besides last year. Last year, he had a pretty crappy year. He was actually injured too as well. The strength of schedule is 16th. I just like the potential, especially with A.J. Brown on the outside. Derrick Henry running the football. I think it gives him more space. In Atlanta, he never had a legit running back to, take the load off of him. So I think that he's not going to get double teamed as much. And
Mike.
this is how we rocking tonight? All right, cool.
He's always trying not to. He's staring at me.
I literally looked up and he's laughing. That was not me, I swear.
Yeah, I think Julio's top 10, so I'm buying.
I'm buying also. I echo exactly what he said. I think he's got a squad around him now. I think that it's going to be a lot more hard to double him. And with Henry in the backfield, it's, you know what I mean? There's just the coverage is going to be, like I said, you're not going to be able to just crowd him and focus on him. There's a legitimate wide receiver 1 on the other side of him. So I'm definitely buying on that all day long.
I'm buying too. And honestly, I don't think health's going to be an issue either. If he misses 1 or 2 games, I still think he's going to finish top 10. So that's that. And also, I'm going to throw out that I still think he may be in the running for best wide receiver in the league. I don't think he's had a talent drop off whatsoever. I think that last year was an interesting year. Obviously, he was hurt / playing hurt / in a horrible situation. Too. So yeah, I think that he was kind of looking out for himself. If the games were important, maybe things would be different. But the ability is still there. He might be the best receiver in the league still. So that's 1. 2, quarterback play, probably not much of a drop off. It might be equal. Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill might be equal at this point.
Yeah, Tannehill, he's a baller.
Titans' offensive line's better, so there's that. And then, of course, yeah, the freed up attention. I mean,
I would feel more comfortable with Tannehill over Ryan right now.
Probably. I mean, honestly, he can get out of the pocket too, so the plays aren't dead. Yeah. But I would say that, obviously the biggest point, and you guys already said this, but Julio was getting doubled, tripled sometimes in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
you can't do that anymore.
It's impossible. Pick your poison. I mean, this offense is going to be lethal. I mean, their only question is really defense.
I know.
Point. We're not going to go into that, but really, the offense could be lethal. So I'm buying the hell out of that. I thought somebody here might say no, but turns out you're all smart. All right? So moving on. Amari Cooper will be a top 10 wide receiver this season. Buy or sell?
I'm selling on that. I think he's going to flirt with it. He'll be around that 10 range. But in my opinion, CeeDee Lamb is the wide receiver on that squad. And Amari Cooper does have some lingering issues like soft tissue, and he does have some down games when he's on the road and things like that. But I think I think the Cowboys wide receiver crew is headed by CD this year.
I'll be short and brief. I'm going to sell on Cooper being top 10. He only finished top 10 one time in 2019, his whole career. The strength of schedule is 31st, so he's going to have a tough time getting open against these good defenses.
Darius Slay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm a sell on Cooper being top 10, but he'll be around 15 to 20 range.
And I'm going to sell too. I mean, unfortunately, we have to all agree here, but I'm selling not just because of the soft tissue thing, which is a major concern. I actually don't think his volume's going to drop off that much. I think he's going to still have as much volume as previous years, despite CeeDee Lamb's expected increase in volume. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I just think there's a lot of wide receiver situations that I like better right now. I think he's going to be fringe top 10, probably just outside looking in, but it's not going to be because of the lack of targets. I think he's going to get plenty. And like I said, I expect this team to be throwing the ball a ton. Mike McCarthy definitely favors the passing game. And like I said, they're going to be playing from behind. So, yeah, it'll be close. I know some people like Brian Dietz, yeah, he's saying it right here. He's buying all day long, and he always buys Cooper, but he never wins, so.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, brother. Don't listen.
Is he the Caesar of your league?
He's had a couple of good years lately. I know he hears me. So I'll give him credit where it's due, but no Deeds. All right. Tight end talk. Moving on. Kyle Pitts. First rookie we're talking about. Kyle Pitts will be a top 5 tight end this season. Wow. Buy or sell?
I would probably buy on that. I think he is a fucking beast. And I think with Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage on the outside, it's going to give him a lot underneath. I think Mike Davis also will help that too, because I think he showed last year that he can run the ball. I mean, Matt Ryan's not trash. And I mean, but like I said, I would put him there because I think he's that good.
I'm a buy as well. If you look at last year, Hayden Hurst was a top 10 fantasy option. And I think Kyle Pitts is generational talent. So I would definitely put him in the top 5 range. And their strength of schedule is 20th overall. I mean, it's tough, but he's a freak athlete. So I could definitely see him really taking over in Atlanta.
I love that point you made. But also, I love how you keep saying strength of schedule.
That matters.
It's kind of tough to gauge that this early on. I think there's going to be a lot of change. But also, biggest thing about Atlanta, okay, this is another team where they're going to be throwing a fuck ton. Kyle Pitts, like you said, generational guy. I'm buying solely because I think the talent's off the charts and they're going to be throwing a ton. Matt Ryan loves throwing to tight ends. He made Austin Hooper into a top 3 guy a couple years back. But also, I have to point this out to you guys. Here's the tight ends that are supposedly ahead of him in ESPN rankings, okay? Travis Kelce, obvious. Darren Waller, obvious. George Kittle, obvious. Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson. Do I trust Matt Ryan more than a Jared Goff?
I think
for example.
Hawkinson drops.
Yeah, me too.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
He's a good tight end. He's good, but I don't think he's top 5.
So that's my point.
You know what I mean?
I mean, at least I can trust Mark Andrews to get into the end zone. He had to drop off last year. Not too much, but he was still one of the better guys. I just think that he likely got overdrafted. But yeah, Kyle Pitts should be able to. I think he's got a chance to be top 4. And then Andrews drops to 5. I just think that he's going to have a ton of volume with all those targets freed up from Julio. So
I like Andrews here though.
Yeah, I still like him.
The continuity with him and Lamar, I think, it's going to build. So
I just also expect that rushing attack's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And maybe the volume won't be there the same as Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, but that also opens up the seams too, because the linebackers cheat in. So I don't know.
Mark Andrews finds the end
zone,
zone, and that's something that will continue to happen because of what you just said.
Yeah.
That is one thing you can bank on him for. He's a red zone target.
Yep.
Lamar looks his way
I've had him
all the time.
I've had him the last 2 years, and he does his job.
He's awesome for you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean 7 touchdowns last year, and he's projected 8 this year.
He's a solid 12 points every week.
Yeah. So there you go. Next tight end. This is interesting. This one, Robert Tonyan, major year last year. I mean, he looked like a Gronk light. Okay. Robert Tonyan will be a top 5 tight end this season. Buy or sell?
A Gronk who?
He looked like a Gronk light.
Hell no.
He did.
Hell no.
That's who he was being compared to.
He must have a different TV.
I'm selling his ass.
I didn't say what time of Gronk's career. Excuse me.
I mean, Gronk's probably the best tight end in histoy. But,
I'm not going to argue that part.
So I'm gonna sell his ass. And I mean, last year he was number 3 overall in PPR.
See?
But I just don't see that repeating. So I'm selling him.
He had 11 touchdowns last year. In case you guys forgot, I just want to point that out.
Yeah, it's a flash in the pan.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Do you think he's even going to have 5?
He'll have about 6, but I don't think he's gonna be top 5.
Because 6 puts him right in the conversation for top 5.
Oh no,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
He'll probably be like around 7, 8-ish. I don't think he's top 5.
I'm selling too, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'm selling too. I think we'll be in the top 10. I think the offense with he'll have a third year with Rodgers and LaFleur again, and they're a high-scoring offense, and they don't turn the ball over. So he gets his opportunities in the red zone. I mean, but to put him top 5, I just, especially now with the way I think Pitts is going to emerge, I don't see that.
I feel comfortable with it, though, like him as a player. I think he's a good player. Definitely a dynamic guy. And Rodgers definitely looks his way. So, interesting, though. Interesting. We shall see. Moving on to quarterbacks.
Ooh.
Nick's smiling. Hold on, Nick. Hold on. We'll get to him. Russell Wilson will be a top 5 quarterback this season. Buy or sell?
Sell. Russell Wilson, since he was drafted, was only top 5 4 times.
And when did they occur,
In 2014, 2015, 2017, and 2019. I'm a sell on Russell Wilson being top 5. He's awesome. He's a great quarterback. But if we're talking fantasy, no.
I'm selling on that too, actually. My thing with Russell Wilson and them is I never feel like they give him enough. And I feel like he puts up his numbers. I just don't feel that he's a top 5. To me, I don't put him in that category with fantasy players. He's great. I'm not saying it like that before that gets blown out of proportion.
Oh, no, I love Russell Wilson.
I'm just saying, yeah, like if I had him on my fantasy team, I'm fine. I'm comfortable. I just don't think that if he was on my team, he's going to put up top 5 numbers.
I think you're both crazy.
I think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because literally this guy was the top MVP candidate for over half the season last year.
And then they let him
And he wasn't top 5, though.
Right. Now, obviously, everyone witnessed the Seahawks drop off in the second half of the season. They went away from what was working. They went away from what was working.
That's what they do.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand, Nick, your dad's saying to sell on him, too.
Oh,
Smart guy.
Appreciate you, Pops. Yeah, he's a smart dude.
But
Smart guy right there.
I think, obviously, the Seahawks learned a little something. Hey,
They got weapons, though. They got Lockett.
Hashtag let Russ cook.
Yeah.
Okay? He should finish top 5. He's ranked at 7 right now. Guys ahead of him on ESPN. Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. So it's crowded. It's crowded, but I expect him to finish ahead of Lamar Jackson, for example. I know that the rushing will definitely keep Lamar up there.
And also, too, my thing is with the Seahawks, I don't feel like they ever turn him loose.
They were, though, in the first half. That's my thing is like...
I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Then they stopped.
Have to take notes. What worked for you last year? The Seahawks as a team fell off in the second half of the season when they went back to we need to run the football 40 times a game. The defense was trash. Actually, the defense was playing pretty well at that point. The offense just fell off a cliff, and the offensive line always has been bad for as long as I can remember over there.
Yeah.
But I think it's an ability thing, and that he's shown us he can be up there. I hope that the Seahawks see they need to cut him loose.
Well, he also has 6 games that are going to be very tough in the division. He's got the Rams twice, the Cardinals twice, and the Niners twice. So I'm a sell on Wilson being
I'm thinking he's going to probably be like on the back end of the 5.
Well,
last year, 5.
Last year he was 6. So he was fringe top 5.
Yeah, and that's with a major drop-off.
Yeah.
So I think he should probably be right around there. I'm buying. You guys are crazy.
I think you're crazy.
But Nick was waiting for this one. The GOAT, Tom Brady.
Let's go.
The GOAT. Tom Brady will be a top 5 quarterback this season. Buy or sell?
I'm buying on that. He has the best offense he's ever been a part of.
You didn't want to upset Nick.
No,
that's what I think.
No.
Just call
still
spade a
pains
spade.
me. It still pains me. I'm a Peyton Manning guy. It still pains me that I have to do this. But
You're getting on the bandwagon.
he has the best offense he's ever had around him. No cap. For real. And I think
interesting.
AB is going to be better than he was last year.
Oh, I
They
love
have
AB.
they have a full off season of work. Godwin's back. They have a running back. Mike Evans
Well,
is still there.
Do they have a running back? You trust Lenny?
Yeah.
I don't.
He's going to be better too.
I don't trust him.
Well, they're not going to have to force feed him. So I think he's going to be
God,
fine.
I hope not. I think Ronald Jones is better. That's just me.
Either way, though, Ronald Jones isn't a scrub either. So at that point, you still have 2 backs. And then you have those 3 lethal wide receivers. You have a tight end. You have 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends.
They got that stacked offensive line, too. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, he's definitely going to be a top 5 quarterback, without a doubt.
I am selling that. I'm sorry, Brady.
See, that's
I'm
humility,
really,
Mike.
really
Take
sorry.
notes.
I love you. I
his
still love you.
biggest fan right there, Mike.
I'm his biggest fan, but he's not top 5. And I'll tell you why.
You're smart, Nick.
Last year, he had 40 touchdowns, and he still wasn't a top 5 quarterback, even with all those weapons. I understand they won a Super Bowl. They're lethal on offense. But you got to understand, fantasy football, it's more geared towards dual threat quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Josh Allen. You can mention him in there. But I don't think Brady's top 5 quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league, no cap. But not top 5 in fantasy. I'm sorry, Brady.
Wow, that's a huge deal.
I know.
I call a spade. I mean, look, that's what I do.
I'm shocked. I think he
you're
is.
smart.
I keep it real. You know
You're
what I mean?
smart.
I think he is, dude. I think he's going to be unreal this year.
I hope you're right.
Listen, I think so too, but I'm selling. I love the point Nick made about the rushing stuff. I think that Brady's touchdown numbers are going to be right up there, but there's a lot of good quarterbacks. I'm looking at ESPN's rankings. They have Justin Herbert ahead of him, which,
What?
yeah, they do.
That's disrespectful. Guess what? He's winning number 8.
It's just in fantasy, and I can totally see that.
He reads it.
I can totally see that. He gets some carries too. So, yeah, probably more fringe top 10. I think he's going to get there. 9 or 10 sounds about right. I do expect the touchdowns to probably remain about equal. Maybe a slight drop off from last year, but also I can see more yards. So I think also that he's going to have some blow up games where you're really wishing you had him. But there's also going to be games where they go game plan specific and
Run the football.
exactly right. So sell.
I
Sell
agree.
for me.
I'm good on this island by myself. I'm confident in that.
I hope you're right, Mike.
I'm right.
I
Trust
really
me.
hope you're right. I
I'm
love
100%
Brady.
right.
But
I'm 100%
just,
right.
I keep
Save
it
this
real.
fucking clip. I am 100% right. He will finish in the top 5.
But he
this
also
year.
had 40 touchdowns last year and like 4,300 yards.
And we've said it, though.
And he wasn't top 5.
But we've said it, though. Last year, he had no offseason. He knows the offense now. He's going to be able to call things out. He's going to have his people moving. AB's improving.
So you think he's going to throw for 50 touchdowns, and he has to throw for 50 touchdowns?
That legitimately wouldn't shock me this year. I mean, I don't understand how you look at Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and Chris Godwin on a second year now and think that they're going to decline.
I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong.
You will be.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm gonna move it along,
save
though,
this
guys. Yo, we're just so everybody knows, we're going all out in fantasy starting next week. All out. You're gonna get previews, rankings very soon. This is just the beginning. So that's it for fantasy for tonight.